Hello, it's Maxine Kay and yoga from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And she and I are here to bring you another love note. It's been a beautiful spring day here in Pennsylvania. We actually even dined on the patio. It was like a little bit of freedom. You know, many of us are staying in our homes, and to get out onto the patio and to have a wonderful meal out there, and then to go walking in the sunshine. It was a wonderful sense of freedom. I'm so grateful for it. So I'd like to talk with you a bit today about perspective, because right now it does feel as though we're cloistered. We feel sort of drawn in, limited. We don't need to feel that way in our minds and hearts. And one way to do that is to look a little larger, to get a sense of what things are going to feel like to us down the line in the future. We're not going to be in this position forever, we know that. But we continue to be loving and kind to one another. In fact, I don't know if you can see the writing on this cup, but it says kindness. And so I would like to lift my cup so that we can share a cup of kindness. Isn't that delicious? Isn't it wonderful to share kindness with one another? I see that everywhere. Even just walking around the premises, seeing neighbors and waving at them and asking, how are you doing? You learning any new games? How are you keeping up? A little kindness goes a long way. So I'd like to talk about perspective. We're not always going to feel as closed in as we do right now. And it's a wonderful and wise thing to find ways to feel expanded, as having a wonderful meal on the patio, or taking a walk around and seeing your neighbors and celebrating life with them. Recently saw something on Facebook, and you may have seen it too. It was about a woman talking with her daughter in 2030, going to go forward 10 years. And the daughter asked her mother, because she had been learning about this in school, Mom, what was this pandemic like in 2010? What was the coronavirus really like for you and for us? Her mother said, oh, it was terrible. It was one of the worst things we ever had to go through. It was scary. We didn't know what was going to happen from one moment to the next. People were getting sick. They were dying, and we didn't know exactly who was going to get it and when and how. We were wearing masks and gloves, and we were afraid to go out. We were told to stay home, and we'd go to the store. There would be nothing on the shelves. There was a lot of panic, a lot of panic in that terrible time, and it was one of the worst things we've ever experienced. And she said, "Well, wait a minute. You were 8 years old then. Well, you must remember it. What do you remember?" Her daughter said, "Oh, I can remember playing board games with the family. And I can remember playing in the backyard with my brother and sister. I can remember all of us sitting down together at the table at dinner time, every meal in fact, together, and talking and laughing. I can remember it being one of the sweetest times of my entire life." This is called perspective. Let's begin to think into the future a little bit. Let's begin to think how it's going to feel to remember that we had a sweet simplicity. And let's imagine, as we're projecting a little bit into the future, that we maintain that wonderful priority of maintaining the sweet civility and the caring and the compassion for each other. Let's continue to bring that forward. we're not going to be in this forever. We're in it right now. And right now, we're lovingly supporting each other. You know, I can't see you out there, but I can envision you with the eye of my heart. And even though you can hear me, I can't hear you except with the ear of my heart. And I have both open because I want to continue this sweet connection that we have. Let's come together in spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer. Beloved presence of God, how sweet it is to come to the center of all centers, to the very heart of the divine itself. Remembering that there is one life, and that life is God's life, and that life is whole, complete, and perfect, and that life is my life now. It is the only life there is to have or to be, and that life is the life of every sentient being. And so this divine life is expressing itself in, through, and as each one of us. It reminds us every moment that there is something more than what we are perceiving with our eyes and what we are hearing with our ears. There is that infinite potentiality that is expressing itself day by day in newness. And how wonderful it feels to be working together with beautiful light workers, all of us, focusing on that which is true and that which is beautiful, that which is perfect, that which is of very good report. Keeping our eye on the prize, establishing new priorities of loving and living fully and sharing. So grateful that something beautiful is emerging from all of this, and that God is bigger than all of it. And so we give thanks, great and glorious thanks, for all of the good it is unfolding. Give thanks for being recirculating fountains of love and allowing the living waters of spirit to splash all over us in sweetness and kindness and goodness here and now. So in this sense of appreciation and calm confidence and cheerful expectancy, we release this word of truth to the perfect law of mind, and we know it is done. Shall we say together, and so it is. God is blessing us all right now.